Hey everybody, and welcome back to Bigfoot Cooking, where today we're getting out the smoker. Oh yes, we're gonna turn this 9-pound butt into something that just smells and tastes like you wouldn't believe. Now, normally we have the cards come in. Not today. Today is really about what you like. We're smoking this butt. All we're gonna do, we're gonna put a little olive oil and some different seasonings. And the seasonings are really up to you, whatever your favorite rub is. Most of today's rub is applewood mix, but we're gonna do a little bit of sea salt. We're gonna do we have the Savannah Salt Table Grilling Blend. We're gonna give this guy a try. The ingredients look great in it. So let's get started by firing up the smoker. And here we have it. I'm gonna trim off. They got most of this, and here's the catch. It's, there are those who say, trim off the fat, don't trim off the fat. Barbecue and smokers have so much lore and legend around it. You just jump on the train and figure out what works for you. But we're gonna trim this slightly, not too much. I still want some of this fat cap on here, but I don't want a giant piece, because although the dogs might love the taste of it, it's not my favorite part. And now the rub. But remember, a rub doesn't mean you rub it all in. It's, I don't know why they actually call it a rub. They just should call it the flavor, because ultimately that's all it is the flavor. We're gonna add this, make sure we get it. Maybe this is why it's called a rub. We're gonna make sure we get it all over everything. We're gonna come back with some of our highfalutin smoked salt. Yeah, I know, this stuff right here, fancy, but the Himalayan smoked salt in here adds a nice little touch. And some grilling blend. Again, notice how I'm never going in and out with the hands. Once they touch the meat, you don't mix it with the salt or the seasoning. And don't forget, you gotta get all around it, because the smoke flavor will be all over it. So why shouldn't the flavor be all over it? Yep, sides too. Nobody gets left behind in this lovely dish. Whee! Gotta get all the crevices too. Telling y'all, every little bit you can add to it will add just so much more later on. I got sticky. I gotta wash up. Hold on. Maybe that's why you see those guys wearing gloves. There might be something to that, Okay, we've got a good coating of flavor all the way around it. Once again, we're back to choices. Throw it on the grill like it is, or take a little bit of olive oil and brush it on. We're gonna do a little bit of both. I'm gonna put a little bit on here, and when it goes on the grill, I'm gonna baste it with another coating about halfway through. So, let's get some heat going. Oh, and what do we have here? We have smoke right in the face. So, let's ease this guy right on here. Temperature is spot on. Ooh, the smoke is deliciously killing me. What can I say? The price for good food. We're just gonna ease this guy right on there. I may or may not be making 2 meals at once, don't judge. Fat man gotta eat. And now we're gonna leave it alone, let it marinate in some of that smoke for a while, and we'll get out the temperature probe. Been an hour or so, and I want you to take a look at this thing. Is this mug not beautiful? We're getting a good light bark on it. It's setting up right. I've got my thermometer in it. We're watching it close, because you do not want to overcook it or over smoke it. But you got to let it calm. You got to let it relax. You got to let it infuse all that smoke flavor into it. I think it's about an hour, a pound, maybe an hour and a half, depending on your smoking temperature, but it's well worth the wait. Patience is what you're after, guys. So we'll check back in on it in a couple of hours, and I'll let you know what's going on then. Now, we've made our way up to 120 degrees in the middle of it. We're not there yet, but look at that beautiful, beautiful piece of meat. It's got a nice bark starting to form on it. Now, there are those that don't want the really thick bark, and since I cook for more than just me, what I'm gonna do, We're gonna pull this guy off. We're gonna wrap him in tin foil and set him back on here. This will keep it from getting too much of that smoke flavor, but it's still got enough right now. It's like, oh, it's gonna be so good. Let me show you how this goes. We're gonna pull off a few healthy pieces of tin. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna use this as a cheater pan. We're gonna line this guy, set a few down in here. That way we can pull that meat out, set it right on this, and it'll keep it from falling apart, going everywhere when we wrap the tin around it. Gotta watch the wind though. This also is gonna help keep some of the juices in it, because what I'm doing, I'm creating a swimming pool. That way, everything that's dripping out of it, well, it's not gonna go anywhere. It's just gonna settle right in here. We're gonna cook it for a little while on the tin, or in the tin, and then it comes back out and it goes back on the smoker for a finish. We'll just slide our little thermometer out for a minute. Woohoo, hot, hot, hot. About maybe, 122 degrees. Look at there, juice is just running out of it. Man, this is gonna be great. We're gonna pick this guy up and set him over here on the tin. Into the tin foil. Oh man, I wish it was done already. It's looking so good. Now, let's see if we can hide it from the world. Can't even see it no more, can you? Back to the smoker. Ooh, tender loving care. Put it right back there. Stick this guy back in here. And it went in pretty nicely, didn't it? And we're just gonna let it keep on smoking. Meat thermometer says we're good. Says we're good. Lord have mercy. We're gonna go ahead and pull our tempo meter out of this thing. We're gonna take it over here to the table and we're gonna undress it and then set it back on here for just a little bit more, just to make sure that bark is just right. So let's see if I can do this, because it's warm. It is warm. Please don't fall off the table. And now for the big reveal. Oh, don't you love how you get smoke, no smoke? What have we got in here, people? Woo. It is swimming in juices. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh. Now, we're gonna slide it back on here, give it just a few more minutes to get that bark perfectly good. And then it's cutting and eating. Ooh, hot, hot. Oh my God, it's falling apart, falling apart. Woo. All right. Oh, patience is so hard. It's only been 8 hours, but man, it's gonna be worth it. All right, we gave it just a few minutes to let those drippings settle off the bottom. Ooh, look at there. Tell you what, this guy, look at there. That, oh, no resistance. It might just slide through if I push too hard. Let's take it off, set it right here. We're gonna let it rest for about 10 minutes or so, and then we're gonna peel it apart and see what we got. Oh, come on, baby. Stay together. You're fighting me. I won. Well, I forgot to turn my microphone on for that last part, but that's okay. We're on now. So sorry for the really weird, odd dub. Makes it look like Japanese speak, don't it? So, on to the cutting. What have we got? What have we got? Look at the beautiful bark, all the seasoning still on it. Let's see if I can, it's a little warm. We've let it rest now for about 10 minutes. What that does, that keeps the juices from just going bleh and running out of it, because you want to keep that inside of it. You want that heat and that temperature to kind of come up, get together, and then cool down just a little bit. So you know how it looks all pretty and juicy? Yeah, that's the flavor running out of it. You don't want that. So let's come down, see if I can miss the bone in it. I mean, this thing, it is cutting beautifully. Look at there. Got a little smoke ring around the edges on it. Oh, my man, my man. Tender, delicious, and really hot. Even still, after a little rest, it is really hot. Let's get a little bit this cut up and let's make ourselves a barbecue plate, shall we? And now, for the moment I have been waiting since I got out of bed this morning for, to grab me a bite of this here lovely roast and just make it go, oh. You know, smoking this all day does two things. One, it gives you an excellent cut of meat. Two, it gives you the best smelling cologne. Think about it. You walk anywhere smelling like a smoke pit. Oh, folks are looking at you going, oh, makes their mouth water. But above all other things, the biggest thing to remember is Bigfoot is real. And I'm really hungry. Oh.